In the modern city of Silverstone, where the morning sunlight reflected off tall glass buildings and the streets slowly came alive with the sound of rushing cars, lived a man named Kevin Parker. Kevin Parker was the owner of the largest ice cream company in the city. People admired his success, his wealth, and his business achievements. But what truly made Kevin different was his kindness. Even after becoming successful, he never ignored people who were struggling. Whenever he saw someone in pain, he tried to help them. Because deep inside, Kevin never forgot the difficult life he once lived. One evening, Kevin was driving home from his office after a long day at work. As his car slowly crossed a bridge, something suddenly caught his attention. A young man, around 23 or 24 years old, stood dangerously close to the edge of the bridge. His face looked broken with pain. Kevin immediately stopped his car and rushed toward him. Just as the young man moved closer to the edge, Kevin quickly grabbed his shirt and pulled him back. The young man turned around in shock. Kevin looked at him carefully. "Who are you?" Kevin asked softly. "And why are you trying to destroy your life like this?" The young man lowered his head. Tears slowly rolled down his face. "My name is Ethan," he replied in a weak voice. "I am tired of everything." Kevin stayed silent and listened. Ethan continued speaking. "My family depends on me. After months of searching, I finally got a job. But some employees blamed me for something I did not do. My boss fired me without even listening to me." His voice trembled. "I do not know how I will pay the house rent. I do not know how I will pay the electricity bills. I cannot even face my parents anymore." After saying those words, Ethan broke down crying. Kevin's eyes became emotional. For a moment, he saw his younger self standing in front of him. Kevin gently placed his hand on Ethan's shoulder. "I understand your pain," he said quietly. "But the step you were about to take would not end your problems. It would only leave your parents heartbroken." Ethan looked at him silently. "Have you thought about them?" Kevin continued softly. "What would happen to them if you were gone?" After a few moments, Kevin said, "Come with me. I will tell you my story." Kevin took Ethan to a peaceful park nearby. The evening wind moved softly through the trees as both of them sat quietly on an old wooden bench. For a few moments, Kevin stared silently at the ground. Then he finally began speaking. "Today, people know me as the owner of a successful company," Kevin said. "But there was a time when I had absolutely nothing." Ethan listened carefully. Kevin continued slowly. "My father worked in an old metal factory. His salary was very small, and most months were difficult for us. My mother worked in other people's houses to support the family. At that time, I was only 12 years old." Kevin smiled sadly. "There were nights when we slept hungry. Sometimes we had almost no food at home. But even during those difficult days, we stayed happy because we loved each other." Then Kevin's expression slowly changed. But one day, everything changed. Ethan looked at him quietly. "My father died in a terrible factory accident." Kevin paused for a moment. It felt like someone had destroyed the roof over our heads. Kevin looked toward the trees while continuing his story. "My mother started working in even more houses. Every morning she left home before sunrise and returned late at night, completely exhausted. Sometimes her hands became covered with wounds because of continuous work." Kevin's voice became heavier. "But even after all that pain, she never gave up. She wanted me to continue my education. She believed I could have a better future." Kevin explained how he studied during the day and worked evenings at a small ice cream shop, cleaning tables and washing dishes. "Life became a constant struggle," Kevin said quietly. "Sometimes we could not pay rent on time. Whenever that happened, the landlord entered our house angrily and insulted my mother. Ethan lowered his eyes while listening. Kevin took a deep breath before continuing. One day, my mother suddenly became very sick. Kevin continued telling his story. I immediately took my mother to the hospital. After several tests, the doctors handed me a large medical bill. Kevin looked down at his hands. I remember staring at that paper in shock. I had no idea where I would arrange that much money. I asked my friends for help, but everyone refused. Finally, I gathered the courage to ask the owner of the ice cream shop where I worked. At first, he also refused, but after seeing me beg with tears in my eyes, he agreed to help. Kevin smiled faintly. He gave me half the money, but in return, I had to work without salary until every penny was repaid. Kevin then explained how he borrowed the remaining amount from the landlord after listening to endless insults. For a few days, my mother's condition improved slightly, Kevin said. For the first time in weeks, I felt hope again. Kevin became silent for a moment. But 1 week later, her condition suddenly became worse again. This time I had no money left, no savings, no one to help me. Kevin's eyes filled with tears. I sat beside her hospital bed, holding her weak hand, and then I lost her too. Silence filled the park. What did you do after that? Ethan asked softly. Kevin looked toward the dark evening sky before answering. After my mother died, I felt completely broken, he admitted. It felt like my entire world had disappeared. But even then, I refused to give up. Kevin continued his story. I completed my graduation even though life became extremely difficult. Every morning, I sold newspapers in the streets. Every evening, I worked at the ice cream shop. Slowly, month after month, I repaid my debts. Kevin smiled slightly. During that time, I carefully learned everything about the ice cream business. How flavors were made, how customers were treated, how businesses were managed. After repaying the money, I left the small shop and joined a larger ice cream shop. Because of my experience and hard work, I quickly earned a good reputation there, Kevin explained. Years passed. I saved every extra dollar I could. I avoided unnecessary spending. I stayed patient. And most importantly, I never stopped believing that my life could improve. 2 years later, I finally opened a very small ice cream shop of my own. The shop was tiny, Kevin said with a smile. The furniture was old, and sometimes very few customers came. But I treated every customer with kindness and respect. And slowly, people started noticing something special about my ice cream. The taste was different. The quality was better. Soon, customers started coming from different parts of the city. Word spread quickly across Silverstone. My small shop slowly became famous. Years later, Kevin continued proudly, that tiny shop became the largest ice cream shop in the city. Kevin looked at Ethan and smiled softly. Even after earning enough money to buy a luxury house, I chose to invest everything into building my company. And today, that company is the biggest ice cream business in Silverstone. Ethan sat there silently, completely shocked by Kevin's story. Just a short time ago, he believed his life was over because he lost one job. But the man sitting beside him had lost almost everything and still kept moving forward. For the first time that night, Ethan felt something he had not felt in a long time. Hope. Kevin reached into his pocket, took out a business card, and handed it to Ethan. "Come to my office tomorrow morning," Kevin said with a smile. "I will arrange a job for you." Ethan's eyes filled with tears again, but this time, they were not tears of hopelessness. They were tears of gratitude. As Ethan walked home that night, the city lights no longer looked dark and empty, because Kevin had taught him something important. Life can become incredibly painful. Sometimes it feels unfair. Sometimes it feels impossible to continue. But success does not belong to people who never fail. Success belongs to people who continue moving forward even after life breaks them apart. Because the people who refuse to give up are the people who eventually change their destiny.